The alarm goes off, and before your feet even touch the floor, the screen lights up your face. You haven't taken a waking breath for yourself yet, but you are already responding to incoming emails, WhatsApp messages, and the social feeds of thousands of strangers. Your mind is immediately hijacked by everyone else's agenda. Starting the morning in this reactive state sets a frantic pace for the next 16 hours. You rush through assignments, and the daily prayers that are meant to ground you end up reduced to hurried chores, squeezed into the 5 minutes between endless meetings. By the time you get back into bed, you're entirely drained. You've spent the entire day feeling incredibly busy, yet a review of your actual output reveals very little meaningful progress. This diagram highlights how we try to fix that exhaustion. On the left are the complex 48-step morning routines and micro-scheduling tactics sold by modern productivity gurus. But on the right is a much simpler system that was established 14 centuries ago. Burnout is the result of a structural flaw, treating work as the unmovable center of the day and prayer as a secondary interruption. The structure begins before sunrise with Fajr. When that alarm sounds in the dark, it forces a clear, binary decision. Choose the temporary physical comfort of the mattress, or choose long-term discipline. The Prophet Muhammad established the exact value of this moment, stating that the 2 units of prayer before dawn hold more inherent worth than this entire world and everything it contains. Taking advantage of those early hours to read, reflect, and pray introduces the concept of barakah, a divine blessing that acts as a multiplier on your efforts. You leave provision on the table when you trade that quiet reflection for extra sleep or immediate digital consumption. This timeline models the momentum you build by waking up early. Once the Fajr anchor is set, a massive, undisturbed block of deep work opens up. Your mind is sharp, and you can execute your most complex tasks while the world is asleep. Compare that to the lower timeline. When you delay your heavy lifting until a standard 9 a.m. start, your attention is immediately fractured by incoming alerts, office chatter, and the noise of a waking world. Securing the morning block creates a proactive rhythm. You start the day having already accomplished your most vital spiritual and professional duties, dictating the clarity of the remaining 24 hours. By mid-afternoon, most professionals hit a severe wall of cognitive fatigue. They attempt to power through it by staring blankly at screens or relying on caffeine, which only deepens the exhaustion. This graph maps that typical workday tension. Notice how the stress wave builds continuously until the midday Dhuhr prayer drops in. It acts as a mandatory intervention, instantly flatlining the tension back to a zero baseline. It forces you to step away from your desk. You physically purify yourself with wudu, shift your posture, focus entirely on prayer, and refuel with a clean meal away from your screen. Returning to your desk after that hard reset, a secondary deep work window opens up. Your cognitive fatigue has been cleared, allowing you to tackle high-leverage tasks or acquire new skills instead of succumbing to the 3 p.m. crash. Watching the graph progress into late afternoon, fatigue naturally attempts to rebuild, but it is cleanly cut off by Asr. This final daytime anchor pulls you out of your work right as energy dips, forcing you to intentionally evaluate how you wrap up your day. These mandatory pauses protect your output from the law of diminishing returns. By clearing the brain fog that usually accumulates after 4 hours of continuous work, you maintain a consistent level of quality until the day ends. When the sun sets, the Maghrib prayer establishes a definitive boundary. The laptops close, and all professional obligations cease for the day. The prophetic tradition designates this evening block strictly for service and connection. This is the time to be entirely present with your family, actively listen, and engage without the distraction of a glowing screen in your hand. Finally, Isha acts as the trigger for your physical wind-down. You conclude the day with a final prayer, detach from the world's noise, and get to sleep early. Strictly guarding this evening disconnect provides the physical recovery and mental headspace necessary to wake for Fajr with clarity the following morning. Achieving peak efficiency doesn't require adopting a complicated new digital application. It requires returning to a natural, rhythmic structure that humans were inherently designed for over 14 centuries ago. This circular calendar visualizes the final result. When the 5 daily prayers act as immovable, load-bearing pillars, Everything else, your work sessions, your gym time, and your family commitments, snap neatly into the spaces between them. You accomplish more in fewer hours, you protect your mental health with built-in resets, and your spiritual connection dictates the pace of your life rather than getting squeezed into its margins. This framework is now in your hands. Download the protocol worksheet linked below, map your daily goals strictly between these 5 fixed points, and start commanding your time.